Welcome everyone, I am John Ryan. We'll get to that in just a second there, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. We're growing by leaps and bounds. I'm really proud of that, and thanks to everyone who has subscribed. We're coming up on, I believe, 2,750 subscribers, and most of this has occurred in the last 30 days. About a 600% growth rate, so glad that you like the content and glad that it's worthy enough to subscribe and ring that bell so you're notified of every single show that I do, especially the live ones that are coming up. Starting later this week with Week 1 college football, I'm going to have some special guests. Jim Coventry and I will be doing a show for NFL and DFS. And if you know Jim Coventry, he is one of the best, if not the best apps. I mean, I use him as the #1 go-to source and the only one I use for DFS. So that says a lot right there. In my humble opinion, he is the best, the GOAT of DFS. And he'll be joining me every week. And he and I will be doing a show on RotoWire together for specifically DFS and NFL best bets, and possibly focusing on the Circa contest, which I have accumulated a bunch of knowledge that I want to pass on to those that aren't even playing in it, because it can open up some great betting opportunities. So here we are. It is Tuesday, August the 29th, and we're going to get right to it, folks. In this first Major League Baseball, this is my ugly dog betting system. Now, this is the Colorado Rockies taking on the Atlanta Braves, and the Atlanta Braves are the juggernaut in Major League Baseball along with the Dodgers. And honestly, the rest of the teams are kind of chasing them right now. The Phillies, I actually would put possibly even with the Baltimore Orioles and the Houston Astros right now. They're playing extraordinarily well, and that lineup is getting very scary and very much like the Atlanta Braves and the LA Dodgers. It'll come down to pitching, of course, in the playoffs, but we're not there yet. So we're going to bet on home underdogs, and then we're going to face the dog is facing an opponent that has hit 290 or better over the last 20 games, which the Atlanta Braves have. That simple combination has gone 77-85 for just 48%, but by averaging a 147 underdog wager, 14% ROI the past 7 seasons. So if you methodically just take those two parameters, and when the games qualify, eliminate the thought in your head that, boy, we're betting on a terrible team here against a juggernaut, you'd be surprised how many times these juggernauts fall flat, especially after a game like Atlanta had last night, with Acuna being the first player in franchise history with 5 RBIs and 2 stolen bases in one game, and hitting for the cycle on top of it. Even a team like Atlanta is subject to regression from time to time. I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight, and those that are clients that are listening to this know that I never hype anything. We really truly don't know what's going to happen tonight, but we do have confidence in my 28 years that we're going to make money over the course of a week, month, and a season. So especially in college football and the NFL, where I've gone 9 of the last 10, hitting 64% over the last 5 seasons, I think that is an extraordinarily great record, humbly said, and I encourage you to get on board. A special deal that you'll see later on, saving you $1,200 today, and I'll honor it through the rest of the week only. So anyway, let's get to the rest of this now. The run line, plus 1.5 run line. Look at this thing. 103 and 56 for 65% winning bets. That's over the course of 7 seasons. 27% ROI. And then if we add in the game occurs after the break and our dog has a losing record, which is about 98% of the situations prior to this, 44 and 39 outright record. These dogs win 53% of the time, averaging a 155 moneyline wager, 31% ROI the last 7 seasons, and 55 and 28, 66% on the plus 1.5 run line, 33% ROI. So what I recommend here in this game tonight is I would bet pre-flop Colorado about 60 to 70% of your normal wager on the plus 1.5 run line. If Atlanta scores first, which they're notorious to do in the first inning, I would then add the remaining balance of your bet, live in game plus 1.5 on that wager. So 60 to 70%, and then 30 or 40% more live in game if Atlanta scores first in the game. If not, then you just ride the 60 or 70% and see what happens. We don't know what is going to happen for sure. Nobody has a crystal ball in this world, although some hype and promote their work as if they do. So I would be very cautious of them. So let's move on to the next one, folks, here. And this is a very exciting one, too. Week 1, college football. I'm going to have a monster card starting Thursday, and this is Tuesday. So if you want to get this whole week from Thursday through Monday for college football, I will charge just $50 to send me a direct message on Twitter or send an email to johnryansports@gmail.com, and I will honor that. That saves you at least $150 off of buying the picks individually every single day. In fact, it'll be more than that. But for those that want to test drive the service and get the research, which is second to none in my humble opinion, $50 will cover week 1 college football action. So betting against ranked opponents in the first 2 weeks of the regular season. This is getting interesting already, right? Our team is not ranked in the AP poll, and our team is a dog between 1.5 and 7.5 points. So kind of a skinny line for a team that's not ranked going up against a team that is ranked in the AP poll in the first 2 weeks of the season. Your intuition would tell you that the ranked team ought to just wipe up the team that's not ranked, but hey, look at this. They do win the game 60% of the time, as you can see. But the dog comes through 44-23 against the number for 66% since 2010. And in this particular game, if the total is greater than 50 points, which it is, these dogs hit 41% of the time. Again, we're using a money line that is very juicy, probably plus 350 to plus 450 range. 20-12 against the number for 63%, and also 20-12 against the spread over for 63%. So here again, use the live in-game, and this is how I'm going to play it. I'm going to take South Alabama, the Jaguars. I'm going to take them 80% of my normal 8-unit best bet. So this is a premium 8-unit best bet that goes to my clients who pay for the service over the course of the season. So I'm going to do 80% pre-flop. Then I'm going to look for Tulane to score first. And if they do, or if Tulane retakes the lead at any point during the first half, I will then add the remaining 20% on South Alabama. Similarly, I'm going to take a much smaller amount on the over, since that hits 63% of the time. And in this matchup, I'll make it simple. My research, which I spent hours and hours looking at this matchup, suggests that if we're going to cover the spread with South Alabama and they have a chance to win this game in the upset, then the game is probably likely to play over. And that's what my predictive models are also saying. So with that said, if bet 50% of a 5-unit amount pre-flop on the over, then look for the teams to possibly be feeling each other out in the first quarter and it gets off to a slower start. And anything south of 50, then add the remaining balance over the total with a price tag of under 50 points. So that would be taking South Alabama as your primary bet and then adding the over as I just described. I don't believe in teasers. I don't like them. I think they're money losing and they're named teasers for a reason. And I also don't really like doing the parlay here either, unless you're just doing pizza money. And that's exactly what that means. So some pizzas are $10, some pizzas are $20, depends on your liking. But I would not bet more than that on any parlay, especially in college football. So that'll take care of the 2 plays that I have on this card for today. And I want to show you one other thing here with well, that's not what I wanted to show you, but here we go. This is a separate product. Now, if you want something that is all analytical, I have over 5,000 betting systems in my database. I'm using 500 of them, and I created what is similarly a 401k balanced portfolio of betting systems. So in your 401k retirement, it's all balanced. You don't have all your money in Microsoft or NVIDIA or any of the big names. It's spread out for you with these ETFs and the S&P 500 funds and etc., right? So that if one stock isn't doing so well, the rest of them are doing better and offset the ones that are struggling. Same thing with these betting systems. Not one of these systems is ever going to produce a home team to bet on. And then in the same game, another system will say, oh, wait a minute, bet the away team. It will not happen under these conditions. So as you can see, 221 of the 500 have not had a losing season in more than 10 seasons. $10,000 historically speaking here, and this is fact, has made $134,000. Just wagering 4% of your bankroll or an 8-unit amount, whatever that is for you, and your decision making that's on you to decide. So I recommend discipline and conservative sports betting. It makes no sense to take advantage of or try to take advantage of like a game of the year or some kind of hyped up play like that, because that's just getting people interested to, oh wow, this is going to be a huge winner. Well, a lot of times they don't win, folks. They really don't. And just be careful with that. I've been in this thing for 28 years, and I know that hype sometimes clouds our judgment, and we get on the wrong side, and then that's unfortunate because we bet over our heads, not with it, like I always say. So with this one, it's fully automated. You simply will get the picks, and if you're time constrained, but you still want to be active in the sports betting markets, this thing will take you about 10 minutes. You get the picks from me. You just go to your book online. You place the bets according to the strategy I recommend, and that's it. And you're done. And I think this is going to be a good product for those that really are time constrained and just don't want to mess with doing the research or what the angles are or the system. But you will get the system. You will see exactly what the system is, and you'll get to keep those forever and bet them forever if you want to track them. But it's easier to pay me a few bucks each month to tell you which one is active and go from there. So I hope you take advantage of that too. And then we also have 75% off for Major League Baseball through the World Series. Going through a little bit of a slump right now, but that is normal again. That is typical of a professional bettor. If they can't admit that they are on a losing streak, then I would run for the hills. I've had 2 streaks this year of 7 consecutive losses in Major League Baseball, and it happens every single year, but I'm hitting 65% for the year. So the ROI is just south of 50% for the year. So even though with the 7 straight losses, it's been a pretty darn good year. Now, if you were ever to get on a service like mine, it's when it's on a losing streak. A lot of people make the error with others that, they're 12-2, 15-5, and they think, oh, this guy's seeing the card well, and he might be. But I'm telling you, it's like the market, in the stock market. If my Wall Street career taught me anything, it's that when things keep going up and up and up and up and up, it's a cautionary sign that it's going to flatten out. There's going to be a correction, and then maybe at that point it'll go higher. But you're buying at the bottom of the corrections. Same thing with sports handicappers such as myself. So if you're ever going to buy the Major League Baseball package, that would be right now, and I think it's a great time to do that too. If you want college football, NFL, and baseball, just send me a direct message or email me at johnryansports@gmail.com. And I'll come up with a really nice price for you. I want to make this appealing to the masses and try to spread the 28 years of experience and wisdom and share it with you so you can take it forward and use it as you want. That's the whole idea here at John Ryan Sports, and I hope you enjoyed the show. So until tomorrow, remember, bet with your heads, not over it, and may all the wins be yours. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, and ring that bell.